What does religion mean to you?
Religion. I feel like I am very against organized religion, and see it as very negative and a way to manipulate people. I'm actually not for it, but I also respect people who feel that they need it in their lives for some sort of guidance. But it's definitely not for me.
Gotcha. Okay, moving on. What does spirituality mean to you?
Spirituality, I think, is a belief, almost some sort of higher level of guidance. I definitely consider myself a spiritual person, but I don't follow a religion. I believe in a higher power and almost an energy that guides me through, or like the universe that kind of guides me through my lifetime, and things kind of happen for a reason, and there's some sort of life lesson that you gain from it.
Cool. So you identify as being spiritual?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, number 1. What does religion mean to you?
Religion, to me, it is a way of coping with the seemingly unexplainable. I think it's kind of like a social development. I don't know, personally I think it's a little obsolete, and I think that we can move past it, but I can't deny the beneficial effects that it does have for some people. It's a way of coping with inevitable depression and like meaninglessness of life and death and all of that. But I have plenty of relatives who are very into that, and more power to them for that.
Cool. What religion are they?
Catholic.
Catholic, okay.
Yeah, Italian,
Cool.
Roman Catholic. My cousin, I was actually just at my cousin's celebration. He's a priest. He was ordained in 1969, and he was a missionary to China for 23 years
Wow.
in Hong Kong.
Very cool. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question. Okay, what does spirituality mean to you?
Spirituality, okay, I think that can be, it has a lot of connotations that tied to religion, but I think it also is just, being at one with existence and the reality, just being at one with reality, and, appreciating life and how, there are like religious ideals that would want you to believe that we are all one in more of a metaphysical sense, but we are all one in that we're living creatures here on Earth, and that is a remarkable thing.
Okay, cool. Do you identify yourself as being religious or spiritual or both? Or none?
In the way I've defined spirituality, I would believe myself to be very spiritual, and that it makes you able to empathize with people, and that's a very important thing. And so in that way, yeah, I feel spiritual, but
Cool.
not particularly religious. I went to Catholic school for kindergarten through 8th grade, and like I have, my family is all very Catholic.
Yeah.
At least 2 generations up, my parents are very agnostic in general. But yeah, spirituality, yes. Religion, no.
Cool. Thank you, Eli.
No problem, Shannon.
Okay. Number 1. What does religion mean to you?
To me, religion is a list of guidelines and beliefs to live by. Oh, I don't know. This is a really hard question. What is religion? I don't know. Like, you can say like the basic answer. It's like, something to believe in, like, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, is that incorrect? Oops, I don't know. Islam, Buddhist. Yeah, that's what I think religion is.
Okay. Alright. Alright, so number 2. What does spirituality mean to you?
Okay. Spirituality is like like the belief that something is there.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say that I'm more spiritual than I am religious.
Mm-hmm.
So by that I mean I believe in the good of humanity, and that there's this like underlying source of energy and life that like flows through all of us,
Mm-hmm.
and that if you put good energy on the world, it'll come back. And I think that's more of spirituality, like the thought. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think that's because religion is much more like to the book, when spirituality can be more fluid.
Mm-hmm.
And you can be spiritual and religious, or just spiritual, but I feel like the two can coincide harmoniously,
Mm-hmm.
because religion is like the specific belief,
Mm-hmm.
and then, wow, this is a really hard question, and spiritual is kind of a more organic way of thinking about it. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you identify yourself as being spiritual?
Yeah, I'm spiritual, and I identify myself as being religious.
Really?
Yeah.
What religion?
I am Jewish.
Oh, okay. Cool. How long have you been Jewish? Were you...
Since I was born.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you like it?
I love it.
Cool. All right.
It's the thing about being Jewish is that we're such a small community that like wherever you are, if you find a Jew, it's kind of like, hey, family. Like, for example, I was living in Germany my junior year of high school, and I went to Basel in Switzerland because that was the closest synagogue. There were no synagogues in Germany. To celebrate Yom Kippur, which is the holiday. Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish New Year, but Yom Kippur is after the Jewish New Year, and that's like when you like think about what you did wrong and how to make this year better. And Yom Kippur, you fast all day, and then at night you have a giant feast. So I was at Yom Kippur, and I didn't know anybody, and then I guess a nice Jewish family at synagogue noticed that I was alone, and they came up to me and they were like, hey, what are you doing for breakfast? That's like the giant feast after Yom Kippur when we can finally eat, because we're starving ourselves all day. And they invited me to their house. They have no idea who I am, but they saw that I'm a nice Jewish girl, and they're a nice Jewish family, and they invited me like family. And the thing about Judaism, we're always there for each other, even if we don't know each other, because we're such a small community that it's important to love each other like we're brothers and sisters. So, yeah.
That's great.
Cool.
Thanks, Sequoia.